So, Rod, how did the first Q2 golf tournament come about and where did it get its name?
Well, the golf tournament's something that we'd been wanting to do for several years, and we just didn't have the resources to do it. And frankly, we probably didn't have the number of players because we didn't have the number of employees to accomplish it. But in 2010, we had reached a certain level that we were able, financially able to put the tournament on, as well as have enough people to field an actual team, along with our sponsors and our sponsor vendors. A significant event happened February 2010 where the plane crash that hit the IRS building next door killed a man, Vernon Hunter. And we wanted to do something as a neighbor to that building to try and help or in some way give back. And so we created a scholarship fund for Vernon Hunter's children, and that was our first charity. So we put the golf tournament together to try and raise funds for that, as well as have an employee event. And the name HR Nightmare came about because the committee we had formed to put the tournament together and come up with ideas was a mixed group of individuals and employees that, quite frankly, had a risque sense of humor. And so as we went around the table trying to come up with names for prizes, a lot of racy and edgy names started to come up. Well, Carrie Wright, who was, at the time was our HR manager, was sitting at the end of the table, and I was looking at her as we were bantering back and forth. And she had her head in her hand, and she started rubbing it. And she looked up at one point and said, "This is going to be an HR nightmare." And immediately everybody around the table looked up and said, "That's it. That's the name for the tournament." So that was when we formed it, 2010. That was our first tournament. Vernon Hunter was the first recipient, or his children were the first recipients of the charity award, and an HR Nightmare golf tournament got its name.
Come on, pause. I'm still blanking, but I don't think it's going anymore. Well, that was perfect.